My name's Eddie Romero. I'm 31 and I work nights refilling vending machines for a contract company. If you want the truth, nothing about my life is really special. I drive a busted Ford Escape with a squeaky rear axle, drink way too much Monster, and every Monday night I stop at the same highway service area off I-80. That's just how it is. Habit. I hit the same place at 3 a.m. every week. Gas, a bathroom break, bad coffee. Never thought it'd matter. But tonight was different from the start, and I could feel it the moment I pulled in. Maybe you know that feeling, when something just brushes wrong across your skin before you even see the problem. My headlights swept the parking lot, and for a second I thought I saw someone just standing out past the trash bins. They were gone by the time I blinked, and maybe I was just tired. Or maybe not. It was dead quiet. Not just late-night quiet, but empty. Like everyone decided to leave early. The usual truckers were missing. There was a military Humvee parked sideways across the far end, dark green, no lights. Out of place. You don't see that in Jersey unless something's wrong. I figured probably a DUI stop or some exercise, but it sat there, engine off, nobody inside. Inside the service area, the smell of cleaning spray hit hard, mixed with something metallic. I've been in 100 gross bathrooms. This wasn't that. The guy mopping barely looked up, and when he did, he coughed hard enough to echo down the tile. A deep, rattling cough that sounded wrong, wet and panicked, like it came from somewhere lower than his lungs. He wiped his mouth and went back to scrubbing, eyes red-rimmed and glassy. At the counter, the woman behind the register kept glancing at her phone like she was waiting for bad news. Her TV in the back was muted, but the screen flashed emergency bulletin in bold red. She caught me staring and snapped. "They're saying it's a gas leak in Trenton." She tried to laugh, but it sounded forced. "Ain't that always the way?" I filled my thermos, tried not to notice the little spots of blood on the white tile by the bathrooms. When I asked her about it, she just shrugged and said, "People been getting nosebleeds all night, allergies or something." She avoided my eyes. I pretended not to notice, paid for my coffee, and went outside. I called my sister Gabby, like I do every break. She didn't answer. I texted, "You up?" Nothing. I called again, straight to voicemail. She's a night nurse, always awake, always answers. Now she was gone silent. So I tried my buddy Mark. Rings twice, cuts out, weird static. I check Twitter. Trending is safe area sickness, but the news says it's a hoax. Some people are talking about cops blocking exits on the turnpike. Others say hospitals are overwhelmed. But then someone replies, "Fake, all quiet here." Every post contradicts the last. My phone loses signal, then comes back with one bar. Gabby's last message from an hour ago pops up. "Eddie, call me if you get this. Don't go out. Something's wrong. People are acting." Then it cuts off. I looked up and saw the janitor outside now, slumped against the wall, coughing hard. He was alone. I got the weirdest feeling, like if I went over to check on him, something bad would happen. So I just stood by my car, hands shaking, heart pounding, and tried to make myself do something normal. I took a swig of cold coffee. I checked the air in my tires. I told myself I was being dramatic. Then the glass doors slid open behind me and a guy stumbled out, his shirt torn, face streaked with blood. He mumbled, "Help," and collapsed, twitching. I froze. I swear to God, I froze. I'd never seen someone bleed like that except on TV. I looked around, and the cashier was locking the doors behind him, shaking her head like she'd seen this already and just couldn't deal anymore. The janitor didn't move to help. He just stared at me with eyes that looked totally empty. That was the moment I realized nobody here was going to help. Whatever was happening, it wasn't just one sick guy or a chemical spill. The military van, the blood, the coughing, the broken phones, none of it added up. Unless you started thinking about the stuff you see in movies and tell yourself could never happen here. I felt this cold certainty. Nobody else believed it yet, but I did. Something was spreading, and it wasn't a hoax or allergies or a bad batch of meth. I went back to my car, locked the doors, turned the key, and sat there with my fists clenched, staring at my own pale face in the mirror. I told myself I was overreacting. I told myself I'd call 911 and everything would be fine. The call never went through. Not once. The Humvee's lights snapped on, flood bright, and 2 soldiers in masks stepped out. They started taping off the lot, shouting at anyone left to stay inside and lock the doors. The guy who'd collapsed by my bumper was twitching, then stopped moving. Nobody even checked his pulse. I made a decision then. Maybe it was crazy, but it was the only thing that felt right. I turned off my headlights, slid my seat back, and texted Gabby one more time. "Are you alive? Where are you? Tell me what to do." I reinforced my doors with whatever I could find. I kept my eyes open. I listened to the coughing and the distant shouting and tried to figure out if I should run or stay or just pray it was all a bad dream. But I knew something was off, and it was getting close.